One of the most fiercest rivalries in the land as England's most successful clubs go head-to-head at Old Trafford. It's Manchester United versus Liverpool at the Theatre of Dreams. I'm your host Deshaj, and with me in studio today is Premier League analyst Mothoagae.
Thank you very much for having me, Desh.
Keba, let's get into it. Last night there was a 7-goal thriller at Stamford Bridge as Manchester United dropped the lead to lose the game against Chelsea in the last 82 seconds of the game.
As we called it, the battle of the circuses, the battle of the clowns, the battle of the mids. I'm going to admit it, I was not going to watch the game until you graciously asked me to be a guest of yours.
Yeah.
I was not surprised. It was one of those games where the team that will make the least amount of mistakes will win. And boy, each team was determined to make the other one win. So, hey, for the neutral, that's exactly what you expect of the Premier League.
All right. Well, after that fixture, Ten Hag was quoted as saying his team dominated the game. Now, Chelsea stats read a very different tale. I believe they attempted 28 shots in their counter to United's 19. What do you make about that?
I don't know which game Ten Hag has watched because truthfully, that's been a problem with United this season. The amount of chances they concede. The stats don't lie. 28 shots. You got shot out of the game by Brentford a few days ago. You are lucky to win. It's just like the theme for every Manchester United game. I don't know what Ten Hag is talking about because that game was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. Nobody controlled it. It was like a cup tie. It was like watching an FA Cup match to the death. So I do not agree about United being in control of the game at all.
100%. I didn't see many tactics myself. And, I think it was a good old-fashioned case of all-out attack. Let's look ahead to Liverpool now. They were also in action against Sheffield United. There was a case of top versus bottom, and for Sheffield United, a relegation-threatened outfit to hold Liverpool at Anfield until 75 minutes. It was 1-1. The tie was deadlocked. Of course, they went on to lose the game 3-1. But do you think that maybe there's something in it, a chink in the armor that maybe Sheffield exposed?
No. It's that time of the season where you could have Manchester City playing the bottom team and they'll have to struggle. Dude, when teams are playing for their lives, this is the kind of result. It doesn't matter how, style is not what gets you the points. The goals get you the points. So I expected nothing less than the Anfield mystique, that aura of the Kop end sucking in the goal. It's at Manchester United, it's the Stretford end sucks in the goal. At Anfield, it's the Kop end that sucks in the goal. And that's what happened.
Got them over the line. That result obviously means that Liverpool are 2 points clear at the top of the log. I think Arsenal in second place.
Wanted to check. Is that a point in? Is there a game in hand?
No, I believe not. So I think it's after 30 games played, Liverpool actually outright top of the log. That being said, is it their Premier League trophy to relinquish?
No. Hey, the thing is now, as we're going to reach the discussion with United, the match against United, this is I think I can't remember a tighter Premier League race ever where there were 3 teams with 8 games to go. Maybe you'd have to go back to 2007 and 8 when it was Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester United all those years ago. But I'm just looking at it here. 3 points and goal difference. You get the feeling that 3 points and goal difference are going to prove the difference between these teams. And 8 games. 8 games. That is a long way to go.
100%. And I believe most of these clubs are involved in European competition.
Exactly.
So we never know how that could impact the season.
I'd like to just tell Arsenal fans, you might as well relinquish the Champions League now. Concentrate on the league. That's what I'm saying. I think in terms of priorities, I've told my Arsenal mates, guys, I think it's better to just throw your lot in with the league right now because you are the best team in the league at the moment. I don't care what anybody says. Arsenal are the informed team. They look to have everything in control. I genuinely hope that they could have stolen something at the Etihad. But perhaps it's about taking something. They took something. But imagine what a mortal blow it would have been had they stolen the game against City. But it doesn't matter. Job done.
But looking ahead to this weekend, of course, it is Liverpool up against Man United at the Theatre of Dreams. Now, United haven't had the best results of recent against Liverpool. I believe in the league, They've only won one of their previous 11 Premier League meetings.
I remember correctly, they scored something like 27 goals in the last 5 games against United. It's like 7 nils, 5 nils, 4 nils, and unfortunately the pain is going to continue. Liverpool's going to want to pay United back for
the decades of misery.
And the FA Cup match that we discussed it a few weeks ago, that because it was a cup game, I expected United to win it because it's a cup game. Unfortunately now, Liverpool needs the points because if imagine it's Jurgen Klopp's swan song. You have owned it. Klopp has owned Manchester United in recent years. And imagine United derails you. The one team you don't want to give Klopp the worst feel.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the main subplots because I think Champions League football is gone for United. It's just about sabotaging. That's all. It's just a sabotage mission or hanging on to your whatever pride you have left.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's look at the reverse fixture. It was a goalless tie at Anfield now. And that one, it was still one-way traffic. I think Liverpool attempted 36 shots or something without finding the back of net. It was the most that Liverpool had attempted since Opta started recording the stats in 03-04. So, for them not to find the back of net after 36 shots, do you think it's going to be more of that this weekend?
Let me point out the irony. They've got the most shots against United ever. That's been recorded since Opta. 36, nothing goes in.
Yeah.
The previous game, the 7-0, 8 shots, 7 go in.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
8 shots, 7. It's the beauty of football. Football doesn't have any. And Setswana said, I'm not there for. There was a commentator who said, I'm not there for. So, just watching United, the lack of control, the lack of. The minute they turn the ball over at one end, if I'm Salah, I'm just going to be waiting like, here's my chance to punish Onana. And I think if Liverpool take their chances, if Liverpool scores early, oh no. Sorry, United fans, this is going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of Man United, they do have a few first-team players back, the likes of Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund, Anthony also putting a decent performance against Chelsea. Can you see maybe some goals coming in from them?
That's the thing. The goals are going in at one end, but the problem is they're leaking. They're leaking a lot of goals. It's like they're currently on -1. That's never happened before since I've been born, where United's goal difference is in the minuses. So it could be, for all we know, we could have a 5-3 Liverpool. But I think United, I don't think are going to score this weekend. I doubt it. I still think they're going to get given 3 minimum, just on the phase of where each team is at this point in the season and what's at stake and what each team offers defensively.
Yeah. Okay, let's look to Liverpool now. Of course, Mohamed Salah has been a thorn in United's side for the last couple of years.
13 goals against them.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that. Do you think he's going to add to his talent this weekend?
He definitely will. No, it's you might as well call Old Trafford Old Salah Field because man, he saves his best performances for United.
For the theatre.
Simply because United is that team, like. It's sad to admit I'm a fan, just so you know. You just lean on them. If you just lean on them hard enough, they will collapse. It's like you just shake and then they fall over. They might resist. It's not like 2 years ago under Ragnick where they downed tools. Remember there was that last end of the season where they just gave up. They were losing every away game and barely winning at home. But this one, they fight, but then fall away. So, and I can imagine that unless they score early, we might have another classic like the FA Cup because I won't bet against another, what is it, 4-3 as well. That's another 4-3 United, no control. So
could be anybody's game on the day. All right, that being said, let's move into your prediction.
Like I said, I still think that Liverpool's going to win 3-0. I think they are not going to mess around in front of goals. And this United team, their ears must have been ringing all the way back to Manchester on the M6 or M64, whatever the highway is called. And I don't know, because Ten Hag right now, it's figuring in Ten Hag. Ten Hag, as much as I say it would be harsh to fire him with the winds of change sweeping through Old Trafford, he's not exactly doing enough to convince people to keep him in charge. I'm going to prevaricate by saying, yes, he had a good season, and it happens in England that you have a good first season, your second season will be difficult. It's been proven. But you need to show why you should be there for season number 3. So That's a man. I'm telling you right now, the Wolves are through the door now. The Wolves are through the door. The critics are on him. I felt it. I sensed it, and I wouldn't defend. Like 2 weeks ago when you discussed his job being under pressure, I said no, I'd back him. But right now, I'm not gonna back him. I'm not gonna have him fired. But I'm gonna stand aside because he's on his own now. He needs a bounce back. He has to prove me wrong this weekend.
Of course. Well, football fans, you've heard it right here from Premier League analyst Keba, from myself and all of us in studio. Until next week. Cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.